to sit straight. Oh, I already tagged people. Okay. I've been trying to figure out how to go live for like the past 15 minutes. I feel like I was just staring at myself, so yeah. What's up, y'all? Hey, mommy. Hi. I might be really, really awkward right now. Welcome to Yams, y'all. Whoever is watching right now. I'm gonna try to wait for like a couple more people and then get started. Hey, Ma, how you doing, girl? This lighting is like so bomb. I like this fan. It's really cute. Let's see if I can sit my chair up. I feel like I'm like really low. That's better. Y'all talk to me, say hey, do something. I'm gonna like start in like 2 more minutes, maybe 1. I don't know. 'Cause you know what? I'm just going to get started anyway. So, this is my first live having to do with the channel I just started, which is Yams. My mom came up with the idea, so thanks to my mommy. And also on my page, the backboard, my dad did that. So, yeah. Thank you. But yeah. This is going to be, I started the page for young moms and young women in general, because I see a lot of girls on my page just like going through it, and I was going through it too. So I'm going to speak on postpartum depression and anxiety and how I coped with it. It's basically just my story. Later on, I'll probably do like a birth vlog, like a birth video, so y'all kind of know, like it just ties in together. So so what I'll start with, I guess I'll start with the definition of the postpartum depression, but I'm gonna start with antepartum depression instead, because I also had that too. Antepartum depression is going through depression while you're pregnant. Not a lot of people saw it. My parents saw most of it, and I'll get into that. So my definition of antepartum depression is going through my depression while also going through my pregnancy. It was a lot of things that played into it, as far as, you know, my husband, he was leaving for basic, and that was it was like really sad. So on top of that, just found out I was pregnant, and then a couple weeks later he's leaving, so that's sad. I don't have him. And then plus I really wanted to be next to my mom, and I was in Colombia, so that made me mad too. So I was sad about that. And plus it was just like hormones, because that's usually what it is anyway. It's basically just hormones going crazy, and you don't know how to deal with it. And plus I'd never been pregnant before, so I didn't know. I was just like, what is going on? So throughout that whole process, I was really sad. I wasn't eating. I lost a lot of weight. I was crying all the time. I didn't want to do anything. I had to stop working because my morning sickness had got so excessive because of that reason. So finally, once I moved back home to my mom, she got me right. I mean, I started gaining my weight back. I started eating healthier. She, even when I didn't want to eat, she forced me to eat. My mom was basically between my mom and my dad and my siblings at home, and even my husband Dre, y'all probably know him. I mean, if y'all on my page, where most of my family knows him. So even in the letters, he tried to be as supportive as possible. So I had that. But yeah, most of the time, my mom and my dad were the ones that kept me strong throughout the whole process. Yeah, when I got back home, like, she had me eating. I was 135 pounds when I started out, like, when I first got pregnant, and then I went down to 125. By the time I got home to my mom, I had gained 10 pounds within, like, a couple of weeks, I think. So yeah, she was just like, nah, you're not finna do this. No, absolutely not. So I was like, okay. So she taught me through it. She got me through it, which I'm really thankful for. So after that, I went through my whole pregnancy, of course. And then throughout my pregnancy, it was really hard. I had my ups and I had my down days. But once I had my son, I was like I was happier. And that's when we got into postpartum depression, which was horrible. I hated it because I didn't like my body. I didn't like anything about myself. I didn't want to go anywhere. Like, I had to force myself to go places. Oh, and also, like, when I was going through my antepartum depression, I also had so-called friends who they actually abandoned me when I needed them the most. But I had like one friend. She got pregnant shortly after me, and she helped me through it. She talked me through it. She did a lot. So like I said, I had tons of backbones. Even like, and when you're going through antepartum depression, even if you have people, you don't have people. And only people who have been pregnant and went through this can understand what I'm saying. Like, even if you have everybody in your face all the time, like I have, because I had 5 other siblings, and they were constantly, you know, interacting with me and my parents as well, and I still felt like this big. So, but like I said, they helped me through it, so I got through it. But anyway, fast forward back to my postpartum depression. Like I said, I didn't like anything about my body. I didn't like anything about myself. I had lost myself in trying to get back, I guess, trying to become the best mom I could be. I tried to do it within, like, as soon as my son was born, I tried to be like the perfect mom. And like, my mom, she would tell me to rest, like, and she'll tell you, I probably had to get her on live one day, and yeah, I would probably have to get her on my live one day, and she can actually help me tell the story. Because she was, like I said, she was there for most of it. Like, she see me break down completely. It was crazy. So, yeah. I guess, I mean, I really can't tell my story without going through my birth process. So, yeah, I'm going to just go through that right quick. So, I'm going to just go ahead and tell the story. So, in June, a couple of weeks before I found out about my son, I was in my apartment. I was working 2 jobs, and I was really sad. Like, I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills and stuff like that. And I actually had, not a lot of people know it, but you're going to know it today. I actually attempted suicide. And it was in front of my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband. He was the one who actually stopped me from doing it. And thank God he did, because 2 weeks later, I found out about my son, Kyrie. So, needless to say, my son saved my life. So once that happened, a couple of weeks later, on June 25th, I found out about my pregnancy. But let me tell you how I did it. So I was feeling really sick and whatnot, so I called my mom, because I called her, and I like to talk her ear off a lot. So I called her. I was like, Mom, I don't feel good, this and that is happening, this, that, and forth. And she just popped it. She was just like, go take a pregnancy test. I was just like, huh? What? Me pregnant? No. So but I ended up doing it. I took it, and I waited a couple minutes. And then, hold on. what I just did, but yeah, I made it like really dark. Anyway, so I went and took the pregnancy test, and I waited a couple minutes, and I was on the phone with my mom. I had her on speaker, and then the 2 lines popped up, and I'm pretty sure I busted my mom's eardrum. I yelled so loud in her ear. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm pregnant!" I was like, I couldn't believe it. This, that, and the fourth. So after that, I told her. Then I hung up with her, and then I called my dad. I called everybody. And then I actually made a video of me telling Dre that I was pregnant. I went to his job because it was like literally a couple steps away from my apartment. I went and told him, and he was like really excited. So after that, I made my first appointment, and then we had our first ultrasound where we got to see Kyrie. And he was like literally the size of a peanut. He was this big. He was really this big. And I was like super excited. So yeah, so after that, that's pretty cool. And then the first trimester is always the worst. So I was going through the excessive morning sickness. I couldn't eat anything, couldn't keep anything down. My emotions were all over the place. Like, I would be working and I would just start crying out of nowhere. And I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be like, why are you crying right now? Like there's nothing for you to be crying about. You were just laughing and talking 2 minutes ago, and I didn't understand it. So, yeah. And then a couple weeks after that, I think I was like 7 weeks pregnant, and I was experiencing the spotting and stuff. And needless to say, I thought I was losing my baby. So that was really an emotional time in my life. I think I cried just all day until they told me I was fine, and they told me it was normal. So I went back home and I was chilling. So then a couple weeks after that, that's when I went to go back to my mom because I wanted to be close to her. And when I hit 11 weeks, I had another bout with the spotting and stuff, and this time it was even worse. So I was just like, I hope I'm not losing my baby again, or I hope this isn't, me losing my baby for real this time. And thanks be to God, I didn't lose him. Thank God. Kyrie was just like, no, I'm not. You're not gonna lose me that easy. So yeah. So after that, I was pretty good. My mom, she helped me take care of myself like way better, and I was eating properly and stuff like that. So here comes 20 weeks. No, I think it was 20. It was either 21 or 22 when I got to see, Kyrie as an actual baby. And I was like so excited. And we got our first ultrasound pictures, and I was like totally in love. And then after that, a couple weeks later, my husband finally came back home, and I was so happy. But yeah, I was still going through the ups and downs, having my days where I just didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything because I was depressed. And I dealt with depression and anxiety ever since I was in college. So that was about 2015. So I didn't want to get out of the bed. I didn't want to do anything. But thank God to the family I had, they didn't allow me to fall into my depression. So I came out of it eventually. So then I fast forward to when I get to have my baby, because I was induced, and I was so happy. My mom was there, my husband was there, and at first I thought I was gonna have my baby earlier than earlier than my induction date, and I thought my mom wasn't gonna make it, and I was just like, there's absolutely no way I'm pushing this baby out until my mom gets here. Like, Kyrie just gonna have to wait. So thankfully he stayed in there until his time, and I was so excited. So then I finally had him in my arms, and I was so happy. I was so excited. Like, he was so beautiful. I loved him. So if y'all don't know my mom, I'm pretty sure all y'all know whose child I am, but if y'all don't know, I am LaShauna's mom. I'm LaShauna's daughter. Y'all probably know her as Sean or Renee. Yeah, I probably know her as that. But yeah, that's my mom. Like I said, my mom, between my mom and my dad, most of the time, because they went through it together before, they were my rock through this entire pregnancy when my husband wasn't there. So I absolutely have to thank that, because if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have made it as far as I did, or as good as I did, because even though I was going through that, you couldn't tell, and that's because of the family that I had. So yeah, I had my son, and then after that, when my belly and everything went away, couldn't fit any of my clothes, none of that. I really didn't like my body. So yeah, I was really sad, but I had to keep going because I had a baby to take care of now. But my mom was here like the first month of his life, and like I said, she tried to get me to rest, tried to get me to sit down. Like at some point she had to force, like, yo, sit down, go lay down, like I'm done with this. She's like, I got the baby, you go lay down and rest, because once I leave, you ain't gonna have that. And yeah, so finally I took her advice and I went somewhere and laid down, and I felt better. I really did. So I guess let's get into how I coped. So with my postpartum depression, how I coped was I started, first of all, I started praying about it, because I was just like, I don't want to sink into depression. This is not what I want to do. That's not the kind of life that I want to lead. So yeah, I started working out to try and lose the weight that I didn't want. I started talking about it more, and I also started using my Zoloft, which is a depression medicine, and it really helped me out. I definitely had to start praying. I started praying about it. I was just like, listen, God, I don't know what's going through my head right now, but I just need you to fix it, because this is not, I know that I'm way stronger than this, but it's just something that's trying to attack me right now. So, yeah, after that, I was like, I don't want to let depression win, so I had to do something. Yeah, so I started taking the Zoloft. I started, taking care of myself, performing self-care. My mom actually suggested, and I suggest this to any young mom, like if you just had a kid, Epsom salt. Whenever you can, make sure you just take a minute and soak in it for like however long you can stand it. It works, I promise. I felt way better. I felt rejuvenated, all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's some of the ways that I tried to cope with it. It is really hard. It's really hard to go through. Like before I even got pregnant, I just heard about things like this, and I was just like, nah, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna go through that, because I'm way stronger than that. No. And then it actually turned out to be me. So, which is one of the reasons why I started this channel, because I see a lot of people, a lot of girls my age, they're young moms and they don't know how to get through it. So I want to be able to help, because at some point I felt like terribly. I really did feel like I was alone. Even when I wasn't, I definitely felt that way. And you are going to feel that way. It's nothing that you can really do about it. It's not something that you can, just turn off. And like I said, people who have been through this, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't just turn depression. You can't just turn it off. It's just there. Like you're going through a whole new thing. Like you're trying to get used to being pregnant. Your body is trying to change to accommodate your baby. And at the same time, like if you do have a partner, you're just like, am I still attracted to this person? Do they still love me? This, that, and the fourth. This is all things that I was battling with. I was like, am I going to be a good mom to my son? Like I'm sitting here trying to be the mirror image of my mom, because she's like the best mom ever. She's done this 6 times. So I was like, I want to be like her. But she sat me down one day. She's just like, you're not me. I mean, I understand, like I can give you tips and whatnot, but you have to be a mom for yourself, because not every child is the same. Like no child is the same. So you have to get through it, and you have to learn as you go. And that's that's what I'm doing. And but my son, he's perfect. I love Kyrie. He's such a good baby. And yeah, like I said, it's not something that you could easily turn off. Like, at some point, you're gonna feel like the lowest and smallest human being ever. And I did feel like that, but now 5 months later, after having my son, I'm doing better. I'm also a nursing student, so that's stress on top of that. And plus, after I went back to school a month after having my son, I wouldn't recommend that. Now that I'm in it, I wouldn't recommend you doing that. But if you can, go ahead. I mean, I'm not saying stop your dreams in it like any type of way, but now that I'm in it, looking back now, I definitely probably should have waited. I should have, took some more time for myself. But now that I am in it, I have to find ways to take care of myself as well as be a mom to my son. But yeah, it's like I mean, I really can't explain it. I can only tell you like I said, my experience. It's gonna be times where you have all the energy in the world and you just feel like that girl. You just like, yes, I'm cute, I'm beautiful, this, that, and the fourth. And there's gonna be other days where you literally feel like this big. And I mean, that's just life. But thankfully, if you have a good support system, that's really good. I had a great support system. They pushed me through, they got me through. And plus, seeing my son, I was just like, there's absolutely no way I could be the best mom possible to him if I'm sitting here just feeling sorry for myself. So my advice to young moms is, first, if you're a religious person, get in your Bible. That's first things first. Get in your Bible, stay praying, all things like that. Never wallow in it. I mean, you have to continue to push yourself or it will eat you alive, period. Like, I mean, it will definitely, like, eat you alive. And as far as trying to get back to yourself after having a baby, I will definitely be doing another video about that, like how things that I do. Like I said, one of the things I do is I started working out, and I'm almost to my target weight. And I'll have another video up where I describe in detail what I do in order to keep losing this weight. But yeah, bottom line is, don't let it swallow you. I mean, it's really easy and it will happen, but I mean, don't let it swallow you. If you like to draw, do that. If you like to sing, do that. If you like to go for walks, do that. Do what you have to do, but you have to be there for that tiny human being that you made. So you have to, you gotta find some way to keep yourself together. And if you have friends and whatnot, that's great. I don't have that, so I rely a lot on my family, mostly my mom, because I mean, she gets me. She knows me better than I know myself sometimes. Both of my parents do. So they could tell if I could have a Kool-Aid smile, like how the Kool-Aid man has it. I could have that, or I could have like the Joker smile, like grinning from ear to ear, literally, and they could just look at me and be like, there's something wrong with you. I don't know what it is, and you're trying to hide it from me, but you can't. I can't wait until Kyrie comes to me. I'm like, I know something's wrong with you. What is it? But yeah, yeah, that's basically like my backstory about how it happened to me. I mean, like, I still have my days. Like, I just be sitting and I'm just like, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I pray, I do my self-care, I do all of those things, and it helps me get through. So and it's hard being like a young mom, and because I was a new everything. I'm a new wife, a new mom, a new, like, getting back into being a student, and now on top of that, I'm working. So it's a lot. Like, you gotta and also my other tip is, if someone wants to give you a break, take that break, because you don't know how many breaks you're gonna get. You don't. And I mean, if you don't have that, I apologize, I'm so sorry. But if you do, and somebody's like, I'll take your kid for a couple of days or something like that, take it and handle your business. Do what you gotta do. because I had that, and I mean, honestly, it's been really good. Like, I miss my baby, but I also know that I needed that break to get back to myself so that I could be there for him specifically. So, yeah. And also, another thing is never lose yourself in being whatever you are. Like, never lose yourself in the titles that you take. Like, you could be a wife, a mother, a student, but never lose yourself. Never, ever, 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 ever lose yourself. Like, I wish I could plaster that across my forehead as everybody. Never lose yourself. Because I did, and that was the worst thing I could have possibly done. Like, I didn't go out. I didn't do anything. Like, I honestly didn't care how I looked. I was just like, as long as my baby's taken care of, I really don't care. Like, it's whatever. Because, I already looked like a bag of potatoes. So, what's the point? But, yeah, never lose yourself. Always make sure that you get back to that person, because before you became all of these things, you were yourself. You were doing things, you were getting into things. So make sure when you have a child, your child doesn't stop your life as long as you don't allow that to happen. Like, your baby will only stop you if you let it stop you. I see a lot of people always saying that babies always slow you down and that and the forth. They only slow you down if you allow them to. Period. Like, I had my son, and me and my husband, we still go on dates. We still hang out, still do things like that. It's just another addition to the family. It's just, as far as I'm concerned, Kyrie is just like another addition. So whenever we go out places, he's just, our baby is we don't really see it as something slowing us down. But I'm not saying I'm not saying go out and just, have kids willy-nilly. If you're not prepared for it, don't do it. But I've always wanted a family, so that it really never made a difference to me. I never really thought that kids slow you down at all. So yeah. But as far as my page goes, I will always be posting influencing things, because I've been trying to figure out ways I can help out people, like women my age, because I know we get a lot of slacks, we get a lot of backlash sometimes. If you're a young mom, you do deserve a break. You're not any less than a middle-aged mom or an older mom. You do deserve a break sometimes. You do deserve to have fun. You do deserve to follow your dreams. So I would definitely encourage that. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're a mom, you need to just take care of that child. Yes, take care of your child, but also take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, sis. Treat yourself. But, yeah. That's the biggest thing, is staying true to yourself. And also later on as we build this page up, I will be talking about a lot of different things. It's not just gonna be postpartum anything. It's gonna be about young women in general, because that's just what I want to focus on. I want to be there for people who need it. So even if I have just one person watching, even if I just have 2 people watching, it doesn't matter. As long as somebody is influenced, that's all I really care about. But yeah, my next video that I'll be doing, unless you guys tell me what you want me to talk about, I will be talking about. You know what? Honestly, I don't know what I'll be talking. I just get on here and I just start talking. To be honest. Unless I tell you guys different. But yeah, as far as the postpartum and antepartum depression goes, I would definitely say take care of it early. Start taking care of it early. That's what I did. I caught it early. So and also on top of that, I was also dealing with having hypertension and preeclampsia. So yeah, that's also another thing that played a part in having depression and anxiety. But yeah, other than that, it was other than that, I really did love my pregnancy, to be honest. Like, I love my little stomach. I love feeling him kick. I love talking to my belly at night. I love all types of things. Those are the things that basically got me through those 9 months. So, yeah, I would say catch it early if you can. Make sure, don't let anybody tell you that going to see a therapist is weird, especially my black moms that may be watching. Don't let anybody tell you not to go to therapy. Don't let that black people don't go to therapy thing. I went and I felt better about it. I felt really good about doing it, because I got help. If I wouldn't have gotten help, it would have been bad for me and my son. So, yeah, make sure you get help. The Zoloft was really good. It worked for me, as well as working out and getting back to myself. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. I'm not 100% just yet. There's still like a road to recovery that I'm on. But when I get there, I'll be very much happy. I love it. 'Cause I mean, who wants to be depressed? Who wants to be anxious all the time? So yeah, I know that a lot of people were supporting my page, and I didn't really have a lot of folks today, but that's cool. That's okay. I'm not doing this to get clout or anything. I'm doing it because I want to help people. So if you see this and it helps you, then let me know, because that's what I'm here for. So yeah. But anyways, to the people that did tune in to watch me, thank you for listening to my story. A lot of people didn't know that that's what I went through, but now that you guys know, I hope that you take it, and I hope that you learn something from it, take something from it. Another thing that I didn't mention to get through my depression and anxiety is I started writing. I got this little, it's like a regular notebook, and I just started writing like everything that worried me. And then what I did was I took everything that worried me, and then I put it into categories. Like, I put like small things that I really shouldn't be worried about, but because my mind is just letting me do it, that's what I did. And then after that, I would pray about it, kept praying about it, and then I would, just release it, let it go. Because, if you hold on to it, it's only going to get worse. Having depression and anxiety is always a mindset. If you allow it to eat you alive, it definitely will. So you have to, take it by the horns and just, be like, I'm not going to let it control me. I'm not going to let it get to me, because I grew up in the church, so I grew up around family-oriented people. So I never let it bother me for too long. And if y'all, like I said, if y'all know my mom and she's ever talked to y'all, she is like, something about her is really captivating, and it makes you want to be like, okay, like, I need to get it together, period. Like, honestly, like, if you guys knew my mom's story, then y'all would understand why she's so captivating and why she's so influential. She should start one of these. I'm pretty sure she would get a lot, like, she would help a lot of women, but, in her own time, okay? Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically what I did. So, I will be doing these, I probably have another one coming up tomorrow, just to let you guys know. But since I'm through with that, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a short overview of what will be on my page from now on. So, the Young Active Mom Surviving or YAMS is the acronym for it. It's for young moms, period. It's for people, if you're active military, if you're a wife, if you're a young woman in general. That is what this is for. It is to influence you. If you have anything influential to say, you could always post it on that page, or you can tell me about it and I'll post it myself. It's a safe place. It's no negativity. So if you're a negative person, don't follow my page, because you will get blocked. But yeah, because I don't do that. Yeah, it will definitely, I feel like it'll definitely be a big help to people around my age, because I'm only 22, so that's why I say young moms. But I mean, other moms can learn from this too, because maybe, I mean, it's for just women, period, basically. Like, it's whatever y'all want to hear and whatever is on my heart to talk about, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, to the people that did tune in and watch me, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. Keep tuning in for more content, because it will be great. It's only going to get better from here. I'm just starting out and I don't really do this, so that's, if y'all hear me repeating myself and being awkward, that's why. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to my live and watching me. If you guys have any questions, you could always ask me in my inbox, or you can comment on the live. So yeah, thanks. Bye.